We're here again with Andy at the Nanlite booth, and we're looking at some amazing tubes, the PavoTube II XR. First of all, they look amazing. What can you tell me about them?
So actually, it's basically the XR version is the upgrade version of the PavoTube II X, and it's actually remains the same function of soft light, building with battery, ultra wide color temperature from 2700 to all the way up to 12,000, and plus gray and magenta achievement, and also solid build quality and a very wide selection of accessories as well.
So for our audience who are not familiar with the Pavo line, can you explain to us what is the difference between C and X and XR? Like, what are all those letters mean?
Okay, so actually the PavoTube C series means color plus, means for color, but without pixels. And the PavoTube II X, so the X means pixels in our series, and R means radio, so which means lumen radius built in. So that's the sort of the difference of it. So C stands for normal color tubes, X stands for pixel tube, and XR stands for pixel tube with lumen radio built in.
So when you're saying that the X stands for pixel control, how do you control those pixels?
So there are actually two ways to control it. One of it is through our Nanlite app, so you can just use Nanlite app to control like all the pre-programmed pixel effects that you can change all the parameters that you probably want. And then the next one, like
so that would be like fire or a hue cycle or just basic effects, right?
yes, and also like driving cars, so those sort of like frequent use effects that a pixel tube will require. And also like if you are using a more complicated pixel mapping, then it might require a DMX console to achieve all those functions.
And if you're going DMX, how many channels would a light take?
So let's take the 30X as an example. If we're using 30X in 16 pixels, then it actually takes 6 tubes into one single universe.
You know, I'm seeing a bunch of sizes here. What kind of sizes and what kind of kits can you get for this light?
Okay, so size-wise, we do have starting from like the tiny PavoTube II XC all the way up to 60X from like less than a foot to 2 foot, 4 foot, and 8 foot. So that's a whole range of it. Yeah, so 8 foot is actually standing here as the key light for us. Package-wise, we have 1 light kit, 2 light kit, 4 light kit, and also like the case right here, which is 8 light kit as well for production usage.
So Andy, how do you talk to me about mounting a light tube? How do you mount those things?
So because of so starting with the diameter, the tube is actually using a universal T12 diameter.
And T12 is a universal standard which is similar to fluorescent lights, right?
Yes, it's actually a standard of one of the standard of the fluorescent light, and it was actually like 3.8 centimeter as the diameter. So which means that you can use our tube holder, transparent tube holders, to mount it on a C-stand, or you can use the transparent holder with magnets on it to put it on like any metal surfaces on. And then also there is quarters rest on some ends that you can just screw like accessories for it, maybe a floor stand as well.
Okay, so and the control, do you control them from on top of the tube, or will they work with the app or DMX? How do you control it?
So right now, the control methods will be like one is onboard control, another one is Nanlite app control, and the third one is going to be like if you're using the XR series, then you can use the wireless controls through lumen radio. Oh, by the way, all the X series has a DMX port for like wire DMX control as well.
I know there are many sizes and many kits and many combinations available, but just to understand the landscape, let's say how much would a 30 XR single unit cost right now?
So it's actually 579 euros without like taxes. So that's probably can give you as a reference.
Those lights look amazing. What happens if I just bought the X series lights, but I still want Lumen Radio? What do I do then?
So actually we do cooperating with our distributors and local dealers to provide a paid service of upgrading your existing X series PavoTubes to XR series PavoTubes. So please do feel free to contact our distributors or local dealers for that.
So there will be a little fee, but not as much as just buying a whole new set.
So right now we're going to be 10% of the price that you've been paid for.
Sounds amazing. Andy, thank you so much. Udit Yorosh, IBCA 2023. There is one more thing I want to show you, and if you're a creator, it will blow your mind what Nanlux are doing with it. Check it out.